Hello everybody, it's Eric Freeze, and today we're going to be having a look at this Windmere. This is a model NR-7. I just finished restoring it. This is a big childhood fan. My first vintage fan I ever owned was one of these that I got from my grandmother's workplace back in 2016. And that was kind of like early on my collecting. It was a really special fan to me, and I think around, I only had it for a few years. I think it was 2018, early 2018. The fan fell off of the armoire and the neck on it broke. And ever since then, it's just like, I tried fixing it several times to no avail. And I picked up one of these back in 2021 from a friend, which is actually this one that you see here on camera. And I was really stoked to have one of these again. I went a few years without it, and I was kind of like surprised I wasn't coming across these for a while, because these are kind of common. So to have one in the collection has been it's really nice to have another one. I have two more of these. One of them has a white grill, which I'm going to film, and then another one like this, but it's a DF7 model, and it was a bit later, yet it has some kind of interesting features. I mean, like some different quirks on it. I might do a comparison comparing these two fans at some point. I'm just not sure when. If anyone wants to see it, let me know. Things about this fan I really like is the front grille. I like the chrome grille. This was my favorite thing about the fan when it was in my possession, in my early days of collecting, is the chrome grille reminded me of the Cool Breeze my grandmother had, which was my big childhood fan. And just seeing it oscillate with the chrome grille, it's just super cool. And then the oscillation on this is kind of cool. Just it's a really fast oscillation as a cheap gearbox. It's made in China. It's actually made by Paragon, which is one of the OEMs that Windmere used. Obviously, this is the cursive font logo. This fan is dated of 1987, which is quite old for one of these. My original one was from 1990, and this one back here is from the other one with the silver grill. It doesn't have the date stamp on the motor or the little tag, so I can't recognize its date. So we'll continue on with this video and show this off. And we'll start up on low speed. Mine, the bearings on it were really dry, so it had a lot of bearing rattle to it. This one, I lubricated the bearings, and I didn't want to like fully lubricate them just so it could have a bit of that rattle that I remembered, but I wasn't able to get it perfect. So it's actually running like really nice, which is a good thing, I guess. And this one, I redid the switch on it, so the switch on it shifts really nicely. And this fan is awfully quiet, and there's some other fans and stuff running. One just kicked off a little bit ago, so. As for our watts, we're drawing 21.9 watts, I'll just say 22 watts. 0.28 amps. And high speed. This still has a little bit of a rattle to it. There's a fan in here. I'll turn that on. This one actually sounds quite quiet. These are typically very loud. When I was younger, back in my early days, like when I had my original one, I thought these were really powerful. And it's because at the time, all the fans I've seen at this this size. They were really crappy ones, like little, like 90s homes things, or the 4-inch high velocity fans. And I was thinking these would move the same amount of air as a 4-inch high velocity. And at one point in time, when I had my original one, I even thought that fan moved more air than a 12-inch oscillator, which is just kind of crazy that I thought that way, but I might see if these do. Once again, low speed's really quiet. This one's gearbox has been fully greased. I'm going to probably use this one a lot. I've been using a 9-inch Lasco, model 2109, I believe. And that's been my bedside fan for a while. So I'm thinking of swapping it out with this. It's just been, now that it's the winter, it's been a bit too like cold to really use that fan. So I've kind of like stopped using it. I have a Cool Breeze A137 I use, and I've been using that. And the switch that these use is very, very cheap. It's a free position switch, and it's a slide switch, and this knob here has a groove cut into it that interlocks into that slide switch, which is in the base. So instead of just having the slide switch just like directly mounted onto the fan, it just kind of fits in the base, and then you got this knob that just kind of locks into it and operates. It's a very finicky system, and it doesn't really seem to last very well. And then here's spin down, and these have translucent blades. Nothing special about this. These are very, very like run-of-the-mill fans. So, not much to say here, besides it exists. Let's get a watt rating on high speed. Watt and amps. With oscillation, since I haven't done that yet. For watts, we are running 29.1. And then amps, we're drawing 30.38. 29. I think that's what we were doing on low. No, 21. Yeah, we're doing 22. That's what it's saying right now. 22.27 amps. And peaks up to about 1 amp while it's speeding up. Drops back down to 0.38. So yeah, a little C-frame shaded pole motor. Nothing too special. I don't know why I made a 8-minute long video of a really, really cheap oscillating fan. Once again, the bearings on this one are just perfect. And then we'll get on with the next fan, which is the one with the white grill. That's a bit later.